apparently, you watch his speech. He's like, hey, I've asked for this. I went to the trustees with this. I went to all these different people with this, and they said I needed to ask for the convention floor. And he, got a mic, which is not easy. I mean, last year, what was it? One question was asked for the North American Mission Board, and that was it. So he got a mic and he asked, I was told to ask from the floor, where's the salary structure? And they tell him, well, third parties reviewed it and they wouldn't share it. I think that really hurt. Then you have the issue with Echo Church, with Saddleback getting disfellowshipped and all the concerns about Echo Church at that time. Echo Church was very clearly a church planting training church. And then Azell from the stage says that it was just an empty space. Whenever, if you look at their profiles, you look at what they do, and this is no matter whether or not you agree with Echo Church, there's very clearly more of a relationship, and it wasn't owned up to. It was described as an empty available space. And whenever that was brought up, no one called them out, not the trustees, not NAMB staff, there's no correction put out. Does that, which to me, that raised concerns about everything else that's said. And then lastly is Hunt's compensation that just happened recently. People were speculating, in the court documents, it said $610,000. People were trying to figure out, is that salary or compensation? So NAMB puts out this big piece. They put a whole webpage out to an article that says, we have never paid anybody a salary of $610,000. And people go, okay, well, is that compensation? Was the compensation $610,000? And then Kevin Azell, almost immediately afterwards, puts out a statement that says, you don't need to answer questions. Your friends trust you, and those who don't, you don't need to answer. That to me really hurts trust, because it shows an unwillingness to engage. And there's a lot of if you go to the annual meeting, Baptist Press always pumps out positive stories about NAMB, and I think that's good to keep in front of people's minds. They really don't publish any criticisms. And then whenever you go to the annual meeting, they get their whole segment to do a promotion of everything they've accomplished. Stuff they write in there. They have their mission statements. And then whenever the messengers only get one question at an annual meeting and no responses from many of the trustees or the NAMB president or really any clarity, I think that really hurts trust.